Welcome back, folks. We are into our third match of the night. I'm your host, Anson. This is House Party 5v5's Saturday League. Very excited to be bringing you the games off of our debut week. So far, we've seen some incredible outcomes. Right now, we're taking a look at Poro Stars, captained by Camouflare on the blue side. On the red side, it's going to be Viktorius Secret, spelled with a K, captained by Jaren. Got a three-man post-up in the bottom lane, Jaren, John, and Domo.
Minions have spawned.
Trying to pull off a little cheese here. Jaren choosing to take the Malphite into the top lane. Not a lot of help going to be given over to Wobad in the jungle, and we are seeing Killing Force transitioning to his bottom lane. This could be quite the catch if it happens. Killing Force gets hooked in, the Ignite going down onto him. The cheese is real. The heal going to keep him alive, though. Barely. That's going to be quite a disadvantage for him. Having to go back. The Malphite teleport. Jaren is going to get into lane with no problems here, and that's going to leave John to sit here and free farm, push this lane up, and no experience will be going over to Killing Force. So level 1 cheese working out well for them. The Malphite teleport will be on cooldown. Let's see how Jaren deals with Dr. Sundry in this top lane, so whether or not that will make a big difference. He's got the flask in his pocket, so he should be able to sustain through quite a bit. He's going to want to chunk those Qs out. There's another one headed onto Sundry. You're going to want to keep chunking those, make use of the mana regen on that flask as well. John farming things out. Him and Domo both hit level 2. Killing Force just now getting in the lane. Qatar coming around for the level 2 gank, but misses with the Q. Misses wide and to the right. Not a good thing for him. Level 2 ganks can be risky, especially when your only form of crowd control ends up missing. Domo Senpai missing with the Q as well there, but that exchange going very well into Viktorius Secret's favor. Jaren farming underneath turret now. Sundry's got him pretty well pushed up in here, making good use of his auto attacks and getting just a lot of damage put down onto him. In the mid lane, Jarrett not faring too bad. Killing Force gets hooked, gets knocked back by Domo. Camouflare trying to provide the disengage and the shield. Killing Force sitting very low. He's just been bullied ever since Jaren and crew forced him to head back level 1. So that was a very risky strategy to employ, but it worked out well enough for them to where Killing Force is just having to play on the back foot completely here. He is not able to maintain some sort of presence in this. Qatar circling around. Looks like he wants to try to equalize this disadvantage. Killing Force eats another one. Point blank hook. Qatar misses with another Q, though. That was crucial right there. John the Greatest now has all the back room that he needs. Jaren and Dr. Sundry grab first blood in the top lane. Great gank coming across for Viktorius Secret. Wobad getting the assist on that one. Working out very well in Viktorius Secret's favor. In the bottom lane, John the Greatest sitting at 24-10 farm for Killing Force. Killing Force was able to use that gank to get a little bit better positioning here, where he's not being bullied out as much. But his flash is far from being off cooldown, so he has got to play this safe. Sivir, not a champion known for her escape mobility. Certainly has the ability to engage with a whole team, but not a lot of escape power And those shields not been used to too great effect. Eaten quite a few hooks coming from Senpai. John the Greatest, meanwhile, been pretty on point with the auto attacks and the abilities here, following up on whatever Senpai has thrown him in the way of those hooks. Still starting items to starting items in the bottom lane, so nobody really pressing too much of an advantage that they've gained yet. All of that could be changing here before too long. Guitar missing another cube. It gets a lot of damage down on John. Will Killing Force be able to pick it up? Qatar gets hooked into the tower. Went way too ham for that one. Wobad is here to try to retaliate, though. Getting damage down onto Camouflare. They're trying to make them pay for all of their involvement in this. Jarrett did not get the ultimate down there, it didn't look like. Nobody was stunned out. He did end up burning his flash for that. And it looked like his ultimate went on cooldown around the same time as his flash, so not sure exactly what happened there. To go back and watch the replay on that one later, but end result is nobody from Poro Stars ends up dead, at least on this engagement. But Viktorius are looking at a dragon for their efforts. Tetrin coming down now with some damage down on the Senpai, but too many members of Viktorius there for them to capitalize all that much. Poro Stars sitting down by about 1,500 gold at 7.5 minutes into the game. Jaren not making very much of an impact on this game at all. Just kind of staying alive in this top lane. 41 to 31 farm. Not falling too far behind, but far enough. Definitely giving up a lot of map pressure here. Dr. Sundry expending quite a bit of mana to get his hit points down as low as he has. Tetrin 2, like, he is going to take this blue buff donation. Wobad meanwhile cleaning out his blue buff area. Looks like that one's not going to go over to Jarrett, so that's going to be something Tetrin has to take advantage of. 55 to 40 CS in the mid lane. Jarrett holding his own, not giving up any kills, not finding a whole lot of success either, though. That one roam down to bottom lane just had to absolutely kill him. John the Greatest going in on the Killing Force. Wobad here with the engagement. Killing Force used a great spell shield to cancel out Domo Senpai's Q, but the stun coming in from Wobad was plenty enough to finish things off. Jaren is in bully status here. Sunder's got no mana. He just came back to lane. Has himself a chalice for the magic resist, for the mana regen. That is going to be a great item. Camouflare gets absolutely vomited on by Jaren. The hook goes wide left, though. Camouflare is in a rough spot. Jarrett gets the dot damage from his ability and from the ignite down on the Camouflare. That's going to be a kill going over to Viktorius. A lot of coordination coming out from Viktorius in this one, and not a lot of jungle response being leveled by Qatar. He has missed a few abilities that have just turned out to be crucial tipping points in team fights and ganks over the past few attempts, so that has definitely put a damper on Poro Stars. Jarrett getting stunned out here. Not really going to matter to him too much. Just going to pop his potions. Head back into lane. He's not sitting on very many items right now. He's got himself a kill, but 2 Doran's rings and a ruby crystal with a pair of boots. Opposite Tetrin 2, he's already got his codex sitting on a ring and a pair of boots. Wobad gonna finish off that red buff and take a look at the map, see what's going on. Senpai not finding a lot of luck with his hooks. He was landing them one after the other. Wobat finding Dr. Sundry out. Sundry going to have to get up out of that one. Lots of damage being put down by Wobat there. He's showing he's a force to be reckoned with in this jungle area. Qatar has come up for the lane gank. Gets in onto Corky. The Q not going to find its home, though. That leaves John in the back line, pumping out all the damage in the world. Qatar jumps onto him, though. Senpai is not around to capitalize on that one. Eats a rocket to the back on the retreat as Senpai closes the gap. Killing Force with a great E. Ends up spell shielding the hook. Surely would have meant his death right there, but unfortunately, all the difference that made was 2 deaths instead of 3 deaths. Sundry hitting his built-in Zanyas on his ultimate. Killing Force ends up falling victim to the roam. John the Greatest and Jarrett double team there. John picking that one up. 7 kills in favor of Viktorius at this point. The game momentum has just slid completely in their favor ever since grabbing First Blood. They have the numbers advantage in seemingly every engagement. I don't think Poro Stars have caught out Viktorius a single time in a numbers advantage situation. Viktorius have always had the upper hand, or at least equal numbers, and they have pressed that teamwork to their advantage. Got themselves a 5,000 gold lead, and despite the seemingly bad matchup in the top lane, Jaren has really made the most of it. 76 to 73 farm. He is not behind at all at this stage. He's caught up, got himself his Glacial Shroud in addition to his Chalice. He's going to be pumping out a fair bit of damage, a fair bit of mana regen as well. Sundry bringing the mana potions back to lane. You can tell how big of a slug match that top lane has been just by how much mana both sides have been eating here. Jaren not able to pump out a whole lot of damage, but he is able to soak up quite a bit, and that puts a big tax on Dr. Sundry's mana base. Of course, Jaren using that chalice to his advantage to try to mitigate those effects. Red team is closing in here. Not sure what Senpai was aiming for there, but that hook's going to be off cooldown for the next 14 seconds or so. The red ping's going across to the other side of the dragon pit. Dr. Sundry is choosing not to press this turret. He's heading to the dragon area, trying to join up with his team. His teleport is on cooldown, so they will not be able to respond to this. Qatar has the opportunity to steal here. Not going to take it, and red team engage off the back of that. Greatest Valkyrie over the wall. Tetran on the escape. Qatar has no health left, and Victoria's Secret not only took the dragon, they completely forced Poro Stars out of that dragon response area. So absolutely nothing Poro Stars could get off of that fight. Wasn't even hardly a fight, just a lot of running. Summoners burned on both sides. And Victorious still have the advantage on the map for now. 14 minutes into the game. 4,000 gold lead in their favor. Poro Stars doing what they can to bridge that gold gap and try to bring something back into focus for themselves. This top lane tower going to fall now thanks to Dr. Sundry's pushing efforts. Jaren on the response trail right now. Going to try to make him pay for that one, but Sundry is well within safety range. Qatar donating his blue buff over to Tetran now. He needed that one pretty bad. Sitting very low on mana. Senpai coming in for the hook here. Wants to land it. Not going to find its home there. He just has not had very much luck. Sundry bringing up the back there. Setting his sights on Jarrett, but Jarrett saw that one coming. Decided to get up out of range of it. Good ward coverage in the river, keeping Victorious map aware at this stage in the game. Flare trying to clear out those wards and do what he can to limit that vision advantage they have gone for him. Jarrett has his ultimate back up and available. He has backup from Senpai in the mid lane. Meanwhile, John is just farming it out by himself. No problems there. 92 to 81 with 3 kills to 0. He's picked up an interesting build path here. Gone for a Bloodthirster Rush. So no Trinity Force, no mid-game power spike. Just a lot of sustain, decent amount of damage. Quite a few AD carries in the meta right now, testing out that Bloodthirster Rush build, but it bites back with as many disadvantages as it has advantages. Qatar finding a ward out for his team here as the Boomerang Blade goes over, hits 3 members of Viktorius. Malphite going in with the Unstoppable Force onto Dr. Sundry, gets the Q, gets the E slammed down onto him. That's going to be a kill. Going over, caught Dr. Sundry, window shop in there in a rough spot. Stumble Senpai, maybe the first kill going over. Qatar goes in with the Unstoppable Force, gets flayed backward though, gets Q'd as well. Qatar nearly falling in that, but first kill for blue side gonna go over to Poro Stars thanks to Qatar's ultimate there. Unfortunately, Camouflare ending up taking the kill for that one. Kill secured is kill secured. That one was very close. Could have gotten away had the maximum amount of damage not been applied by Poro Stars. Wilbad taking out his Golem camp. Not a lot of jungle camps left standing for him. Clearing them out pretty much as fast as they come up. That Udyr clear speed definitely doing what it is known for having done. Domo taking out a ward there for his team. That's going to be another pink down. Control of this dragon area firmly in the favor of Viktorius at this stage in the game. Dragon 1 minute 10 seconds away from spawning. Blue team yet to score a dragon this game. Jarrett making up the farm difference in the mid lane. He has got his Rod of Ages finished. Gets the damage down onto Tetrin. Flashes in for it. Will he ignite? Take away. Tetrin ends up popping the heal to get up out of that one. And the flash as well. Both summoners burned by Jarrett. Jarrett did not have the ignite down onto Tetrin there. Tetrin in the middle of a tower dive here. Camouflare doing what he can to stem the bleeding. Wilbad going to take tower shots on the fall, but Jaren jumping in with the Unstoppable Force because Tar is in trouble now. The dot from Malzahar onto him. Killing Force, only one left alive. Throwing the Boomerang Blade around Dr. Sundry, left alive as well. Bringing it in from the top lane, trying to force Viktorius back up off of this turret, but a great tower dive coming in from Jaren. Locked things up for them. 3-for-1 exchange. Wobad the only one falling in that engagement as the dragon spawns, and 2 members of Poro Stars still sitting in base. This one looks to be firmly in the hands of Viktorius. Sundry gets hooked from over the wall. Domo just letting him know he's there. That ward giving Sundry all the vision in the world. He pops the ultimate. Gets the Dragon Steel on top of Viktorius. That's going to be the first dragon for Poro Stars going over on a beautiful steal, and Wobad just not connecting with the smite to make that one happen. Qatar getting caught out though. He can't 1v1 Wobad. Tetrin can bring it in, provide support though. Does exactly that and gets the kill for his team. Jarrett clearing out his blue buff. Very low on resources. They decide to head back. and wisely so. Looking at a 4,000 gold difference between both teams. Remained about that much for most of the game. Poro Stars have given up quite a bit, but they have refused for the past 5 minutes of the game to give up a single inch more, and that dragon just really worked out very well for them. That would have been the third dragon going over to Viktorius, and instead it was the first one going over to Poro Stars. So great pickup there from Dr. Sundry. He might have saved his team. Certainly given them an opportunity to come back into this game, and they are attempting to do just that. Jaren going in down onto Dr. Sundry. It's a lot of damage onto him, but Sundry's pumping out his fair amount of damage as well. Qatar is in the area. Gets the unstoppable force down onto Sundry though, but the Dr. Sundry ultimate going to keep him alive. Wobad bringing up the back here, gets the stun off. Jaren jumps in, going backward for full retreat mode. Killing Force getting caught out here. The back from Dr. Sundry comes in just in the nick of time. Unfortunately, 2 members of Poro Stars going to fall in that engagement. Gold lead extended to 6,000, so Viktorius has really made a push here. They've got a few key wins in key fights, and they are making Poro Stars pay for every single mistake they make.
Blue team's turret.
Jaren heading back to base. They're having done some work here. Anyway, John going to take control of the blue side jungle, grabbing that red buff out. Ward's being cleared away. Qatar arrives just too little too late. Decides to face check though. That was the wrong decision. Another kill going to be going over to John the Greatest. He has absolutely destroyed this game. Sitting at 6-0, working on his Triforce now. And John has really proved to be the sleeper champion, sleeper summoner on this team. Gold 5 player. He signed up as a Gold 5 AD carry. And despite all the Platinum AD carries, ended up getting picked for his role, and now is going toe-to-toe with Diamonds and Platinums, and really proven to be a solid, valuable addition to Jaren's team. Poro Stars clearing out their jungle, trying to drop some wards down and get a handle back on this game. Domo has to flash away from Kama Flare's Tornado. Tetrin ends up tagging just the edge. The death sentence not going to connect. Domo just barely missed with that one, but Tetrin was in a rough spot with that 99% slow. Domo unfortunately won't have that one available. Despite having vision of that brush, he checks it with his Q anyway. Wobad coming up around, but not going to make a catch here. Looks like Viktorius are just going to play the poke game, whittle this turret down, and just not give up any map position at this point. Unfortunately for them, the top lane is pushing in. Those minions all the way up there are going to start causing trouble for them, and eventually they're going to have to give up the siege. Wobad responding to that, and Jaren having already gone back. That's leaving John, Senpai, and Jarrett to back up off of this siege. They've got to clear that out, reposition themselves 35 seconds, and we've got another dragon fight on our hands. Look at the right side of the blue side jungle. Poro Stars have got this thing lit up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different wards on that side of the map. Flare hitting the active, trying to get in there and close the gap. Dr. Sundry gets hit with a death sentence. Domo using his E to pop Sundry back in there, and Jarrett just followed up on that one with his ultimate, and Dr. Sundry doesn't get to play League of Legends for the next 30 seconds. Jaren jumping in with the unstoppable force here, though he is in a bad spot. Qatar puts the ultimate down on him. The Thresh Lantern within reach, could not wrap his fingers around it quick enough, though. John getting in here with the Corki, providing a lot of backup for his team. The Rockets are coming out now. A little bit of target selection mishap for him. He backed off of one target, went for the next, ended up losing both, and no more kills going to be going over to Viktorius at this point. But Poro Stars in a good position to defend this turret. Jarrett does not have his ultimate. He is in way too deep here. Could get engaged on, but Sundry ends up eating a lot of poke damage. Every single inch that Poro Stars get, Viktorius is just there to rip the carpet right out from under them. Very unfortunate set of circumstances for them. $8,000 gold lead now in favor of Viktorius. Domo using his lantern there, get his 80 carry out to safety with the blue buff in tow. It's just another item going to be denied. Tetran not going to be wearing that one. His ultimate just now coming up off a cooldown. The sweeper not going to find a ward there. Ward coverage on the blue side of the map pretty much owned by Poro Stars. Not a lot of ward coverage coming in. Viktorius have really pushed down the mid lane and just kind of ignored the side of the jungle to a great extent. Baron area is the point of contention now, though. Poro Stars do not want to give this Baron over to Viktorius, and Viktorius want to catch Poro Stars making a mistake, trying to check and sneak a peek at him. I don't think Viktorius at this point want to risk a Baron, a bad team fight. Ace in the favor of Poro Stars could take away the solid position that Viktorius have right now. So Poro Stars wisely just choosing to sit around this turret, push off the advance, and for the past 4 or 5 minutes they have done exactly that, and to great effect as well. The shield that regenerates around that turret has just absorbed most of the damage coming in, but they're not going to be able to hold it up much longer. The 4-man assault there is going to take another turret out for Viktorius. They're setting their sights on the inhibitor turret. Tetran trying to throw down some range to rest. It's just not catching very many people. The Sight Orb going to catch John and Senpai. Not a lot for Poro Stars to do. The group calls being shouted out from Viktorius. They want to set up for this Baron and possibly catch Poro Stars out. Right now, Jaren is in the bottom lane, wreaking havoc with his Malphite, pushing things up, and he has complete control over that lane area. Teleport coming in, going to get Lissandra within range of this Baron buff. 2 members of Viktorius are below half. Tetran popping the ultimate, gets flayed back by Domo. Beautiful play there. Flare is up deep and in trouble. Lissandra getting the damage down now. Killing Force going after Domo. Sets his sights on Jarrett. Jarrett escaping with the Baron buff in tow, but it won't remain onto him for very long. Tetrin tags him there, and that is exactly what Poro Stars wanted to do. They caught Viktorius taking Baron and just obliterated them in that team fight. A 4-for-1 exchange. Dr. Sundry doing a lot of damage in exchange for his death there. Getting up in the middle of them with that stun. Jaren gets the 3-man down on the Killing Force. Takes one out as well. Now he sets his sights on Camouflare. Gets the damage down onto him. Switches targets. Going in onto Tetrin. Gets burned down by a lot of Tetrin's damage, though. The Tornado not going to hit him. Very close. Could have been a 3-for-0 exchange. Tetrin ending up saving that one. Gets quite a bit of damage down on Jaren. Qatar having a piece out there after Wilbad sets his sights onto him. Another ward going to be going down. Lots of ward action tonight from every team that has hit the Rift. Vision definitely on the minds of the players in this game, and of course lots of the more experienced players are able to get the other players on the team that are in the lower leagues on to their game plan with wards, with map action. You're just seeing a lot of platinum, diamond level coordination coming out, when in fact we've got silver players and gold players from all ranks making up roster spots, 1 or 2 on each team. So Poro starts setting up for this dragon. It is live, and they catch the flash. That's going to be Jarrett's flash out of this team fight. The pink ward over the wall, gonna get taken down to one tick. Jarrett going in hard though, catches Tetrin onto it. The damage is big. Domo bringing up the line here. Killing Force is healthy, misses the death sentence from Domo. So great advantage from Killing Force. Uses that to re-engage off the back of it, but Jarrett is just shredding away with his magic damage. That's going to be a 4-for-2 exchange, but Viktorius not healthy enough to take out this red buff. But John going over the wall, grabs the ace with the rockets and the auto attacks, catches Tetrin trying to chase Jarrett out. Jarrett provided a beautiful bait scenario there, and that's going to be the 4th dragon going over to Viktorius. 10,000 gold lead in their favor at this point in the game, and they show no signs of slowing down. Poro Stars have fought back, have gotten a few really good fights to try to stem the bleeding, but at this point Viktorius have mounted a huge lead, and it's going to take a lot of effort from Poro Stars to chip away at it and to try to find some success in this. They need to get that vision down and just try to catch Viktorius making a mistake. Unfortunately, Qatar going to find Domo Senpai out here. Tetrin bringing up the side, doing a lot of damage. Domo, fortunately for him, just not in a great position, but very tanky. Ends up eating a lot, but the Vi ultimate going to take it there. That turns this scenario into a 4v5. Members of Poro Stars choosing to go back and heal up after that one. No objectives up on the map that are within their reach at this point. Just trying to establish a good defensive grid, get some wards down, stave off any pushing from Viktorius, and just keep Poro Stars minions right at about or just before that river level, and look at what they've done. Exactly that. So all the minions pretty much in line with where they want them to be. Right now in the bottom lane, Killing Force is pushing up onto that turret, and Wilbad has responded to keep that tier 1 turret alive. Killing Force heading back. Wilbad doesn't see him there. And he's going to continue this push in the bottom lane. Top lane pushing out in red side's favor thanks to the minions. Those are mounting up more and more every wave. In the mid lane, John the Greatest and Jarrett pushing that one down. So really all three lanes pushing in favor of Viktorius at this point. The wards are going down into the jungle. Both sides know the jungle is going to make or break the next team fight. Anybody who gets caught out is going to give a huge advantage over to the other side. Jarrett and John continuing their assault. In this mid lane, Tetrin getting caught out now. Camouflare bringing things up with his ultimate. Pushes every single member of Viktorius away from his team there. Killing Force had to pop the ultimate to get up out of that one as well. Jarrett getting some good damage down. Killing Force with a great E there. Ends up blocking that one out. Unfortunately, that's going to leave him open. Jaren coming in here, wreaking havoc on the back line. The damage is just crazy going down onto this turret. Jared ended up getting a 3-man stun there on that team fight. Camouflare in a rough spot here as well. That leaves Qatar and Tetrin back up. But they are against 5 members of Viktorius, and Viktorius just are not wanting to recede. They are taking every advantage they can out of this. This may be the game. 15 seconds until Dr. Sundry comes back up. Qatar going in with the ultimate, gets the kill down on to Wobad, but Qatar stuck in a rough spot there. He's going to fall. Double kill